Okay, welcome back to Let Supreme Ghost Thief 2. We're up to mission 11 today, Precious Cargo, and this is a surprisingly good mission, a very, very good mission. I think actually quite underrated. It comes in the top 5 in this campaign for me, in 5th place I think, and it's a very different mission from any of the other ones, but in a good way. So I hope you enjoy this as well. Now, thank you very much for all your nice feedback on Life of the Party. I was a little bit unsure of how well that would be received, since it was 11 hours almost, but I got some good feedback, positive feedback on the timestamps and the indications I gave on where I commented during especially the run of the Golden Child, which took probably like 5 hours, 5+ hours overall. But yeah, so I appreciate the feedback there, and anything you guys can tell me to make the videos better or more enjoyable, more viewer friendly. I want to keep the videos complete. I don't want to cut away anything, at least not in the narrated version. So that's why that one, for obvious rare circumstances, ended up being a little bit longer than usual. So let's load up the end of Life of the Party. Where are we here? 8:44, that seems to be it, yes. And then we will watch the briefing for Precious Cargo.
I hate to admit it, but you were right about the new scripture of the Master Builder. Karras is up to something, and that book is his master plan. It's too bad he's gone into hiding, or I'd make him eat his words.
Karras is fanatical by nature, but now I fear his ambition as well.
Please help me.
You say he's giving these servants as gifts?
Yes, and they must be connected somehow to the scripture. The servants are weapons, and the nobles have just invited them into their homes. I should be so lucky.
And the schematics confirm what my agents presumed. Markham's Isle is the staging area for the Cetus project.
You knew about Markham's Isle? Do you know what it took to get into that office? I don't appreciate you wasting my time.
You are arrogant, Garrett. Yet, you underestimate your own importance to the cause. Your actions have been invaluable.
Do we know what the Cetus project is?
The schematics are too technical to decipher, but the name they reference, Brother Cavador, is the best lead we've had in months.
Then we need him. I'm sure you'd love to ask a high-ranking mechanist a few questions. I'll go see if I can't convince Cavador to come back with me.
There is much we could learn from him. Lotus, my agent on Markham's Isle, may have information on Cavador. Unfortunately, we've had no word from him for some time.
Then he got careless. I won't make the same mistake.
I have hope that Lotus is still alive. He's a faithful agent and a trusted friend. If you could find him, we would be in your debt.
I just hope you realize the risks I've been taking for you. It's not every day my services come so cheap.
So, we have to kidnap Cavador and return with him to your rowboat. Find Lotus. He may have some useful information on Cavador. Find and read another passage from the new scripture of the Master Builder. The old lighthouse keeper was quite the sailor in his day. A smuggler friend has commissioned you with finding and stealing the man's antique navigation globe. It should be somewhere in the house. Long before the mechanist took control of Markham's Isle, it was used as a base of operations by a band of pirates, led by Dark William Markham himself. Rumor has it that Markham left a substantial amount of treasure behind. Find it. Don't kill any mechanists. Good. So we basically have to pick up 2 things, a treasure and a globe. We have to find a passage to read, and we have to find and kidnap Cavador. Oh yeah, and also Victoria's agent Lotus will give us some information on Cavador. So whenever there's a kidnap objective, it implies that you are allowed to knock him out or gas him. Because you can't bring him along, kidnap him, unless he's unconscious. You can't pick him up. So that's implied. Although it's not explicitly stated, it is allowed to deal that 1 damage and to knock him out. Now, as you probably know, we're not going to find Cavador in this mission. We're going to find him in the next. So that won't be applicable to us, but that's how you interpret the objective. Now, this mission cannot be Supreme Ghosted. We have to take a few busts, actually. And we can Perfect Thief the mission, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to end up skipping 1 or 2 pieces of loot. I can't remember. I think it's only 1. So we can almost Perfect Supreme Ghost. No, we can almost Perfect Thief it in this run. But as you guys know, I prioritize Supreme. But we do have to take a couple of busts here as we go through this. Now, I believe the items from this mission carries over to the next because you are directly continuing into Kidnap. So keep that in mind. If you ghost, I'm not going to take anything I don't need. However, if I would have known that I would have needed something in Kidnap for Supreme that would be allowed to be used, it is okay to take it in this mission if you know that it'll be carried over. That is okay. Even though you're technically not using it in this mission, you can preemptively sort of make that excuse because you know you're going to need it in the next mission. And of course for Ghost, it's not a problem to pick up something you don't need. So for Ghost, I would always hoard as much items as you can in case you need to use it. But just, it's a little bit of an unusual situation but that is okay. Alright, no readables here in any in our starting gear or for sale, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's look at the map before we start. Now, we have 2 main maps. This map here is given to us up front. The other map is not in our inventory yet, and that will be discovered as we find the different areas. But we're not aware of that yet. It says Cavador where, so we don't really know where he's gone. We only have this. And this is Markham's Isle. We start down here in an underground stream where we have taken a rowboat and are accessing sort of an underground waterfall. And this will bring us to Long Tom's Wall, which is a climb up to the surface. Gets you up. You can go up through the well, but you can also come up in the south here. So south or southeast is where you can come up. So this is the surface. This is above ground. There's a cliff face here that, you can't go this way. There's an old house connected to a lighthouse, and there's a cold storage area in the southeast as well. These are walls that have doors through them, but they are very tall. You can't go over those. And the old house has three floors. So we're obviously going to find the entrance to somewhere else that we're going to end up going. But we start down here underground. Real save here. Cargo.
If I were Cavador, where would I be?
Be a little bit fast here. Go through here. There's a big drilling machine. You can head up here. Actually turn this drilling machine on. You can turn it right back off again. There's a patroller here. I'll show you why I did that. Be a little bit careful. Sneaking down on a sloped metal surface is never good. Another mission with fog. And there's rain above ground too, which I like. I like the atmosphere and the mood in this mission. So when you use the drilling machine, it actually excavates a silver nugget here for you. It's 50. I'm going to be a little bit fast here. So here we have 2 fire arrows, 2 water arrows, and a readable. Construction Journal. Our work on the underground facility doth proceed as planned. When first we arrived here on Markham's Isle, we found the cove deserted. The lighthouse stood inoperable, and the house of its keeper lay in near ruin. Whatever pirates did make this place their home departed long before we arrived. The cutthroats did maintain a hidden base neath the lighthouse, containing several shoddy buildings of poor wood. For the most, we destroyed these mockeries of construction, but those that were sound we left standing, to be used for our own purposes. Indeed, on the instruction of Cavador, our new facilities have been built directly into those structures that we did take over. 'Tis sad indeed to see such powerful steel tainted by the touch of rotting wood, but need dictates our actions. The new drilling machine is in truth miraculous. Its bit doth bore through solid granite, and the builder's children canst easily assemble and disassemble the machine wherever need doth compel it. This doth prove most useful when we must needs carve out isolated sections of the caves. My eye spied another nugget of silver today. The veins are rich with the builder's bounty. Methinks I'll keep this little discovery up to mine own self. Okay. Okay, we have to go a little bit faster here. This is the only way to go. There's nothing else. This first section is pretty short. There's nothing else in that area. But we see the base of Long Tom's Wall coming up. Some barrels and a dead end over here. There we go.
It's a long way up.
It is indeed. There's an elevator you can take, but I don't like taking elevators if I can avoid it, so I'm going to avoid that. Okay, I'm not sure. What on earth? Why couldn't I jump there? You can hear a camera. So at the top of this you have a gas arrow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get spotted. So I'm not going to take the gas arrow, but you can see the camera up there. Safe here. So this is a guard, and there are 2 levers here. One is a gate to the workshop, which is closed, as you can see. It's in a lower position. And this is gate to Lighthouse, and that is open. So you can open the workshop here. If you see here, see there is another switch on top of that beam right there. And that will turn off the watchers. It'll turn off the watcher here and another watcher, at least one more upstairs. We're not going to need to do that, and you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that for Supreme anyway. We'll wait for that to swing back. So I'm not going to open the workshop. I'm not going to open the workshop gate, because we would have to go back down and close it.
Art thou there?
Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for the camera to go around again. there. So up here there's a patrolling mechanist, and there is a stationary one. Stationary, both of these are women. The stationary one faces north and south. There's the workshop gate, you can see. And I actually like to go this way. Sneak around here. And you can wait for her to turn around. If she could just turn around, that would be great.
What's that?
If there be a seam, weld it. If there be a gear, turn it.
So this is the gate that was
There be
open
a
then.
furnace, fuel it.
Come in here. And then she didn't turn around. I bumped a little bit into the barrel there, but that doesn't really matter. It's still in the same position. I don't like to do that to move things, but I doubt these guards are paying attention to where the barrels specifically are. There is a Iron Beast here that we want to come and turn around.
What's that?
Okay, we have to be faster. Did you see me?
That had better.
What dragon?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think I can make this. It's just not timely with the patrols. I'm gonna have to wait for her to come back. Last time it fit very nicely, but this time there's just too many guards around. So like I said, you can go in through the workshop if you open the door, the gate to it, but you have to go back and turn it off again anyway, so then you have to go up this way. So this is by far the easier, because you can get to the workshop from the well. The workshop is under the well. So you can go back down there and then come up again through the well. I'll show you. Okay, I'm not sure why I couldn't get up there on the corner. Okay. Oh. It's way here. Let's go back here. So we are now south of the lighthouse. We're in this region right here. He sees that. We're going to wait for him to go. The patrols here are just generally not very favorable. So there's the lighthouse. So these are iconic constructions here. I really like it. I like rain, I like fog. It's very moody. So here's a guard. She turns around as well, and there is a breath potion and 2 flash bombs on that ledge, which you can go over and get. She faces west and north. You can see that. Oh, I did not know that. I thought that roof was wooden. Guess it's roof tiles, just mossy. So we're now actually on the roof of the cold storage. The western area, the southwestern area here where you emerge is actually quite dangerous. So I'd like to head down here. So these are not switches that you can operate. So we're now moving behind the cold storage actually, and we're coming out in the far southeast. Drop here. And we're coming out on the upper side of the workshop. See a camera in here. So the gate to the workshop is right over there in that tunnel. Don't think he sees us here. So here's an iron beast, but that's disconnected. Back here, 2 silver nuggets, worth 100, total 150. It's a readable 2 here. Friend Goric, please make thou haste in repairing this child. That treacherous pagan didst harm it most grievously. But fear not that any more of thy companions will be harmed, for the saboteur has been subdued. Friend Pendulous. So I guess this pagan is Lotus. Nothing else of interest in here. But that's how you get the piece of loot without opening the workshop gate. Now we have to be a little bit careful coming back up here, because that iron beast could be pretty much anywhere. I usually like to go this way. So this is the house right here. There is a stationary mechanist. It's a woman again, and I think that she just faces south. If you go behind the pillar, you can walk over here. Stay hidden behind the foundation. There's nobody patrolling on this side. There was a door behind her, but she alerts to that door being opened. I guess the most logical thing is to go into the lighthouse. We're going to do that too. Just wanted to show you a different entrance. Here is a stationary guard. And there's another patrolling guard on this side. The guy that we saw went through that door. So we've now sort of made a full circle. So there's a door through this. And this is where the ramp came up from the caves.
And there came an oxen and Paris noted, and there came a sycamore, and he did bring blows for it 2 sorely smoted, and 2 lambing.
So when he turns around, I'll show you guys something here. 2 doors, the bottom one is broken. In here's a purse you can take. And up here is 2 guards that will have a conversation. You can take this guy's purse through the window, but that would be an engine exploit to me. I know I said that taking the schematics through the painting in Life of the Party is not, because I feel paintings you can pull out easily. A window you'll have to break to get through, and it's not a window that can open. So I'll skip that piece of loot. I'll show it to you, but there's no way there's no way you can get that piece of loot for Supreme unless you go through the window. And I think in my last ghost run from
Who's there?
From 2012, I actually took that piece of loot for Supreme. I think I had a few players sort of comment on that and say that I shouldn't have taken it, and I kind of agree. Taking things through windows, it depends a little bit. If it's a window you can open, then of course you can take it. Okay, we're going to listen to a conversation now.
Raise ye up and smite ye down. Even below thy feet we extend our workings. Into position.
Pirates left behind are structurally adequate, but they show their unworthiness in the clear light of the builder's torch. Soon they will be replaced by iron and steel.
The lighthouse seems sound enough. When once I was a hammer.
The order of the hammer. Ha! The old ways are dead, my friend. Thou wert right to forsake the crudity of the hammer for the majesty of the gear.
Aye, 'tis true that the old ways are crude, but they can be effective still. Look around you, friend, at these rotting planks and beaten boards. 'Twould take but a hammer and nail to put things right again.
Again you think of the past, of repairing the unworthy wood. 'Tis folly. Begin anew, so that thy buildings know the glory of metal and gear. Something so corruptible deserves not the builder's regard.
Perhaps not, friend. Perhaps not. Still, it troubles my heart to look upon such disrepair. Look keenly there.
Oh my goodness, then he did alert to me. That is annoying. Okay, I'm not going to listen to that whole thing over again. I'm going to go up and do a few things. This stationary guard has a purse, and that is worth 100, total 270. So yeah, that purse from the guard in that room was worth 30. The purse that we did take through the broken window was worth 20. So in here, you can access this by rope arrowing up here, I think, from the outside.
Look around you, friend, at these rotting planks and beaten boards. 'Twould take but a hammer and...
Let's read this papyrus. My dearest Virginia, I beseech thee, my love, return not to Starlight Cove. Those notorious pirates are back, and I fear they mean to remain. Last night I overheard 2 of the scoundrels. I believe they're planning on establishing some kind of base in the underwater caves. I fear for my life, but the time has come to take a stand. To be safe, I've hidden our valuables in the crawl space. My only hope is that the courier ship arrives on schedule, so that this letter is delivered to you in time. Your beloved Nathaniel. So that is a little hint to a, not a treasure, but a secret area. And here you have a random switch in the floor. Below you can see a crack. And that is the, I believe, the only secret in the game. Or in the mission. And that holds loot that we have to go down and get. And we have to close that secret too. Now we, by triggering that conversation, actually released his patrol. Gotta be careful here, because I guess we can get spotted from the outside. Now,
For Karis' sake, is there someone there?
open this door, and that stationary guard with the purse will hear the door. So you can't go in there for Supreme. You can't go in through the other door either. So the other door is that. So the only way for Supreme to get that piece of loot without a first alert is through the window. This is the room that we opened the secret through. And 4 water arrows. And in here, you have a healing potion, 3 stacks of silver coins, total 306, and the navigation globe.
This should fetch a nice price.
So that checks off one of our main objectives. I don't think we can frob this from below, can we? No, we can't. We have to go back up and frob it to close it. Yeah, so this guard here would not have patrolled if we hadn't triggered that conversation, but makes things a little bit more interesting, I guess.
Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies beyond the house of Cetus.
I think we'll wait for him to come back up.
Beware the foul one, the tricker of men. He hath wrought evil, even as easily as I shape this iron, in masterful forms too numerous to count. Beware that which he hath wrought.
Should be coming up right now, yeah. Through here, this is out to the stationary woman. Guard outside that can catch us. In here, this is where we took the purse from outside. 2 pairs of coins and 3 moss arrows in the ceiling. There's nothing else of interest on this floor. This is where that stationary guy is. Did I close everything up over there? Yeah. These windows are dangerous with guys outside that can see you. So this is now the base of the lighthouse. Okay. Here's a weird room. An anchor.
The wheel seems to be missing a peg.
Oh, that's that one? Yeah. The wheel is indeed missing a peg, Garrett. Thank you. This is a sextant, I believe. No. Is this the sextant? What is this? This is a compass. Yeah. So we have to probably find a peg for that wheel to operate it, since he gives that remark. But we are going to head upstairs first. It sounds like there's a guard right by us, but he could be actually quite a bit up.
The enemies of the goodly gear.
is. Give it a real save here. So we're gonna have to head up here. And this is the lighthouse then? I'm not sure how he saw me there. We're gonna have to take his key. That's the cold storage shed key. So, that unfortunately we cannot return. I'll explain. The only place up here that I found that you could return it is to the floor on this side. But that to me is too far away. You're supposed to return it to the floor if they're stationary, or to their patrol route if they're patrolling. So that's the only place that we can put it there. Now, we know for a fact that he came up here. So I guess, okay, I guess I'll return it to the bottom of the ladder here when we're done with it. That technically is a Supreme Bust because we're supposed to drop it back at the foot or at his feet. But obviously he went up by way of the ladder. How else would he get up there? He should be heading up here right now. So the cold storage shed key. That is a necessary pickup. We're going to find Lotus in the cold storage shed. See, I think we can go out here now. See, I'm thinking we should be able to sneak by here. Yep. Good. So this is the cold.
Wonder what they keep on ice.
This is the cold storage. Nothing to pick up in here. At least not that I think of, or that I can... No, and in here is Lotus. Now his door is closed. Both of the doors are closed. So we open that lever, opens this one door. And this is kind of weird because when this lever operates it, both of them are operated. So the one that we open first, let me see here if I can do something. If we, no. What if we do something here? What if I close this one from the inside? Oh, okay. That is so weird. When we opened it, only this opened. But when we close it, the other one opens too. Alright, anyway.
Lotus?
Still I breathes, mechanist.
I'm no mechanist. I'm Garrett.
Garrett, yes. The lady knows me you would come.
Knew I would come? But
Hush, sneaksy friend. Time runs out. There be's a mechanist named Cavador. Garrus needs him. Relies he on his craftsy works. Garrus always asking, needs he ever more and more from Cavador. The Cetus project. Cetus Amicus. Horror of the seas. Horror of the seas. Must, tells the lady.
don't worry. I'll find Cavador. Karis will be stopped.
You'll need... takes you the key. Beware. And... Garrett...
Yes, my friend. What can I do?
The cold feels nothing now. Garrett, I begs, return me to the green. Kill me.
So that checked off finding Lotus. Now he does tell us to kill him, but that's not an objective, so I'm not going to do that. However, an interesting part is that notice that the no-kill objective is only for mechanists, and I believe in an early version it was don't kill anyone, but then, at least before the final release of the game, they changed it to only mechanists so that you could fulfill Lotus's last request here. So you can use a blackjack, I think, and I think that kills him. He only has 1 hit point, I believe, so that'll kill him. Now, we're not going to do that. I'm going to take this wheel peg, so that is the final part for the steering wheel that we saw earlier. And then notice that underneath there is a lever here. And that also operates as just like this one right here. So I assume that means that he could have opened, he could have gotten out. But of course the cold storage was locked, so he didn't have the key there. So, but he didn't have to be in here, and I assume this is the coldest place. So, based on this, I don't think there's a way for us to actually close both of these. I don't think so. See? Because now this one opens, so I don't think there's any configuration here where you can leave it like it was and go in there and talk to him. So this isn't a bust, because if you can't close both doors with this configuration in-game, then you're not required to, so we should be fine here. Okay, so now we can go back and I guess we should return the cold storage key then.
Saplings did so unnatural trance that we feared the forms most unholy wrought, and did falter and take flight till
oh, he's going up now.
Raise up against
Okay.
them, that we one and next did raise
I mean, in the Supreme Rules, it's pretty clear on where you are returning keys. Now, like logically, if you start to use logic here, obviously we know he is headed up the stairs and up the ladder. So if we drop it at the bottom of the ladder, the rules say the nearest logical place. If you can't return it, like if you can't physically return it, if there's no way, if you take it from an alcove or something like that, and you can't return it to the same alcove. Alright, what are you doing now, buddy?
The saplings did so unnatural prance that we feared the falls, most unholy rocks.
So the nearest logical place is used in the rules, and I guess that would be the nearest logical place.
Raise us up to come into the light.
Oh my goodness. He doesn't detect you in any areas that's dark.
For he hath formed my hands with fingers, and behold my fingers.
I guess I was a little bit too close there.
I am part of his unbeholdable machine, and therein.
So yeah, let me know what you guys think. The returning of keys is a little bit of a gray area. When it's for patrollers, it's not a problem because you can always return it somewhere on the patrol route where he can't hear it.
Into position.
You can just wait for him to leave. But stationary AI, I have read some reports of sneaks way back in the day, or username of Sneak. You know, he was one of the, or probably the main creator of the Supreme Ghost rules, and I've read his reports saying where he is returning keys to areas that are not right where a person is standing. You know, if there's only one exit and entry, then you know in the doorway he would have had to walk, so he could have dropped the key there, right? So the point is to drop it to an area where he could have accidentally dropped it.
And there cameth a sycamore, and he did rain blows till it too was sorely smoten, and two landlings.
So that makes sense right there then. So I'll return it, and then I'll let you guys be the judge if that's a bust or not. So comment, is that a bust? We're not returning it to his feet, but returning it to the nearest logical place. But again, that wording, nearest logical place, is only for keys that you physically cannot return to the same place you took it from, because the game engine won't allow you to, sort of. But like I said, I have read reports of Sneak where he uses that nearest logical place phrase to justify dropping it in areas that are not close to a stationary AI. Now we can use that peg here, and we can descend. I'm going to flip this twice just to reflip it, but it's not going to make the elevator go back up.
What the?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You can hear, you saw the back of a... Raise this back up here. Read this. Attention! Due to the recent mishap involving friend Ventus, I have installed mine own invention of non-slip mats in the subaquatic outposts. These devices are full soft as carpet, yet also completely water resistant. I promise thee, these mats should allow all mechanists to stand tall before Father Karras, and the Master Builder himself, friend Manus. So I'm not really sure why this readable was included. I think maybe some people complained on the fact that there were rugs or carpets in the submarines, because of course that wouldn't be there because it would get soaked and soak up all the water instantly. So now they are explaining that those are not carpets, they're mats, but they are also quiet. So that's good to know. Now we are in a new area. We have a new map now because of this. And we have not gotten any new objectives as of now. So we are now in the secret underground base, and that's where we're going to spend the rest of our mission here. This is a very cool area. It's built around caves, but there's remnants of pirates. There are submarines, there are outposts, and there are mechanists, and even some hidden areas. So this is the hidden elevator that we came in through, and there's an observation room right here in front of us. There's a window here on the west side, and a lever, only one lever here, that opens the window and opens the door to go south. That's where the Watcher is, right through here. So we're going to have to go through there, but we are going to have to close that door by operating the lever a second time and then rushing out. Let's make a real save here. So this Watcher you just have to basically be lucky with. You can't really see it. Oh. Seems like it's always... It turns all the way around. But it seems like it's always right where I am. Unless I can't see it here. There, I can see it now. So here's that window.
That must be the Cetus Amicus. Guess I'll sneak aboard and have a look around.
So there is the submarine. Cetus Amicus. Or... yeah, is it a submarine? I mean, yeah, it is a submarine. But of course it can, all submarines can drive or sail above water too. It looks like it has more of a flat deck than a submarine normally has, but what do I know about subs? So now we got some new objectives here. We got board the Cetus Amicus and find and read the captain's log to find more information about the Mechanist's operation. So those two are now new. We're going to get more objectives. Now what we want to do here...
Is that thou?
So we want to close it now and run out.
Things did so unnatural prance that we feared. Is that thou?
We weren't fast enough there. Alright, gonna have to wait and time him again. The problem is that when you reload, sometimes the cameras...
Most unholy rocks.
Want to head in here because there's a patroller actually. You can see some holes in the mountain there too, out to an area. That's actually out straight to the Cetus Amicus right there. So I wanted to close that door, and strangely enough that stationary mechanist didn't hear anything. So now we're in a tunnel down, very descriptive.
And Karis said, "Hear ye the rustling of the
Oh my goodness.
treads there."
He's completely... Oh, okay, now we found his way out. That's good. Yeah. Usually a reload will reset his pathfinding and... Good. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for that Iron Beast to come out here. Yeah, we're still in the tunnel. This is a cave where there is a ramp with an Iron Beast. I've never seen him in this little cave before. It's the first time I've seen him stuck there. It's the first time for everything. Hoping that Iron Beast would come back now. head around here. In this little open crate you see here, you have a scouting orb and 3 water arrows. Let's see. Here's a stationary one. Here's a stationary mechanist, and we're hoping that he's facing... Okay, he was turning right there.
Yesterday I built my home from brick and stone, a childish dwelling for child.
If he can do that right now, that would be great. Please. We have to go up there.
Blessed be the builder for this and all his gifts.
There, good. So this is the pressure door controls. Those controls are through that little window with that other smaller stationary robot. And there are 2 doors that can take you into subaquatic post 1 and 2. But we can leave through here to get to one of them, and we can leave up through that cave. No. Up through the ramp where this guy goes to get to subaquatic post 2. So we don't need to open those pressure doors at all. They're loud. You can close them from the other side. Okay, we are going to make quite a long swim right now. We hopefully will be able to make this. We can get caught down here, so be a little bit careful. Yeah. He did see that. There, we didn't get anything here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make this. I'm going to try. So there's a sort of a hidden little cave here. We made it just in time. So this is then the hidden grotto.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Where we can find Markham's treasure. And unfortunately here we're going to have to take a couple of Supreme busts. So if we don't count the cold storage return as a bust, which it might probably be an arguable one, but I think that's just semantics in the rules rather than logic. So we're going to have to take a couple of busts here. You see that rock in the ceiling? So that is a trap that never worked properly in Old Dark. I always found that rock on the ground, and it was always weird because it was different from the other 2 here. These are boulders that you can pick up. That is a gray stone that is not flammable. And it will trigger no matter how we get past this area. I would like for people to let me know if you have been able to get through here without triggering this. So I'm obviously using T-Fix, and they have fixed this trap that didn't work. I'm sure that in Old Dark it worked, it just probably triggered as soon as you started the mission or something. Or maybe prematurely. I just never knew that it was a falling boulder trap. If we sneak over here, this will fall down. See? So in the unpatched version, I'm sure it it doesn't work, or I haven't tried that, but I'll obviously play the vanilla version for my segmented run, so then I'll figure out if it works or not. So that is a bust, because we cannot trigger any traps for Supreme. So that is a bust, but that's a bust that only, or we're actually going to use this. That's a bust that only would be a bust in New Dark. Or, no, not in New Dark, but with T-Fix, with the patched version of the mission. Okay, so here we have a ship. It's completely empty as of now, but there's a readable here. If ye be reading this note, ye likely be here for the bounty of the good ship Catherine's Folly, the same as the old fool before ye. Ye best be turning back now, and stay out of me vessel's hold, for you suffer the same fate as he. Before you suffer the same fate as he, Captain Markham. So this is then the Markham from the objective. William Markham, wasn't that his name? Now, the loot is in the ship underground, or below deck, flooded area below deck. And when we take that, Markham's ghost will spawn right here. He will stand right here on the top, facing this way. In Uldark, for those of you that haven't seen Travis Whitsit's video, he shows this. If you place a boulder right where he spawns, normally in Uldark, he would end up facing south instead. This way. And then you could easily sneak out on the north side, bring the boulder with you and replace it, and be good for Ghost. Now, that of course is an engine exploit, because you're exploiting the fact that there's a different object in the place where something is going to spawn. So it would be a supreme bust, but it would be pretty easy to get out of here. In New Dark, it works a little bit differently. Not much. Oh. We still have to push it sort of here. I think that's good. Don't drop it smack in the middle. A little bit on the south side. Like that. I think this is good, actually. So we're going to make a real save here. And let's see. We are going to do that so that we can sneak up. Now, in New Dark, he doesn't face south. He faces northeast. So he slightly sees the door. He faces something like this. Instead of straight east, which he would, or is supposed to, he faces now northeast. So we can still get out, but we can't get out without a first alert. But we can get out for Ghost. However, the problem is that it doesn't happen every time. When I played it during my test run, it happened on the first try. But he wasn't facing the way that I was expecting him to face, so I replayed it, and then it suddenly didn't work afterwards. I had not moved the boulder in the meantime, so the boulder placement might not be the only factor here. It might be randomized. Because as you probably know, when something spawns, it doesn't spawn exactly at the same exact pixel spot every time. There might be a slight little variable there. So we're going to try and see how this works. Now you can hear him. So now he's facing straight against us, so that doesn't work. So we just basically have to try this until it works. The last time I did it, it took probably like 8 to 10 tries. Like I said before that, it took 1. So I don't really know what determines this. I think that's it. See, we have a real save. So go up here. So we just left that door closed so that we could see if he was positioned right and then head up the stairs without getting caught. So we have to now rush out on this side and sort of open the door as we do it so that the door blocks our vision. Okay, let's see. We might be able to do this. Is he facing forward or where is it facing? Yeah, he has basically just turned a little bit. So that turn wasn't enough. Maybe our boulder placement isn't perfect here. Oh, I think that was too much. Let's see. Maybe that's good. Just have to try until we get it. I've never seen him turned like that before. Or he just turns slightly. Usually he turns full as much as he's supposed to turn. Oh man, he was turned there. I think he was turned more. Well, we're gonna get a first load from him anyway, but I didn't want an extra one. I think that's better. I think that's better. Yeah, there we go. So that's the settling remark you heard right there. There we go. So that is the proper northeast. So it's more difficult. You could get out without a first alert even, like I said in Old Dark, but you can't do that in New Dark. So I'm happy I didn't spend too long on this. I was a little bit worried. So this was the second of 3 major moves in this whole campaign that I was a little bit worried about wouldn't work in New Dark. The first one, of course, was the Golden Child move with the boxes, which did work. This one does work. And then the third one is in Kidnap, the next mission. So these 3 moves come in 3 missions back to back here. So we now found the long-lost pirate treasure of Captain Markham, and that was a diamond worth 400. So we should have 746. That's what we have. Actually. I don't think that we're going to get a first alert here, so I'm going to jump in. Get a little bit more momentum. Good. Good, good. Okay, we're coming up on a pretty difficult thing next. Probably the most difficult thing in a mission to do. Just right up here. So we're going to now head for the new scripture of the Master Builder. So we are now, we have moved south underwater to the main pirate base. So that's above ground here is the main pirate base. Pirate treasure, of course, is east of here. Now there's another flooded section, an old living quarters that's flooded on to the west here. And that's where we're going to head in. Next. Which is over there. So it's to the west there. Now getting over there is very difficult. Make another real save here and I'll show you what's up. Now I'm going to save it here, which is not too smart to do. These 2 guards here we're going to have facing north. They pivot, they turn around, as you can see. So we're just going to have them facing north. And then you have the patroller there, you have a patroller below. So we're going to have to head over to the cave there. Now it's a little bit easier with New Dark getting over there.
Into position weld thee thy plate, matching A unto A and B unto B, such that complete is thy seal. A barrier.
So now they're both facing north. Were both facing north, but that patroller was not favorable. So he has to he heads over across this little bridge here. Tough to see that it's a bridge. The bridge, or the area to the west of the bridge, is carpeted. That's great. So now if we just can get you to turn around again. No, not you. I'm probably just going to end up save scumming a little bit here. And then waiting for that other guard to turn around. Not you. He's always turning around. Is that like a pattern? Maybe.
Into
They both need to turn around while he is headed east or north. Okay, you guys, you can turn around too now, please.
A barrier true that blocketh dust and dirt, the enemies of the goodly
There.
gear.
No, you are not going to turn around.
Forge thou not the hammer.
Oh, now he's like in the process of turning around when I saved. No, he's not. So we have to do that. Shoot a vine arrow so that the vine hangs down into the water.
Is that thou?
There. Oh, and we can't do that.
And Caris said, let us give thanks to the builder, for he hath formed my hands with fingers, and behold my fingers interlock with cogs.
Okay, they didn't hear that. That's good. I have a third vine arrow, that's great. Okay, now we're gonna just have to retrieve this first one. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Would be so careless.
Oh, he sees that.
Who dares to meddle with the works?
Okay, so that guard there sees the vine arrow. Okay. Maybe because it's lit up. Maybe he doesn't see it. We're gonna have to redo this. This is the most difficult thing to do in the mission. We might try to shoot it a little bit further over. Here we go. If we shoot it on that side. Maybe we can climb up before... No, I don't think we can do that. There.
And behold, my fingers interlock like cogs on a gear. I am part of his unbeholdable machine, and therein lies my salvation.
Now we should be able to climb up here. Hopefully when...
Who dares to meddle with the works? Is that thou? Who dares to meddle with the work?
So then this won't work then. If they both see that. They spot the rope there. That's weird. I did not get that remark in my playtesting. But maybe I was just lucky with the patrols that they didn't turn the other way. This isn't reliable then. So we can't do this. Then we have to do something else. This is perfect right here. No, we can't have them turn around now. They are both facing north. We have to wait until they keep facing north.
And he will be a wager of war.
No, they both turned around. So yeah, we're gonna have to save scum a little bit here. That's the only way to get through this area. And I want to do this without a single first alert. I think this is a perfect time to go, because you can walk across this bridge. That was actually going to be my ghost challenge. So there will be no ghost challenge for this mission then, because I'm showing you right now. No, no, no. Let's see. Can you guys turn around the other way now, please?
Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the rain, for he hath formed my hands with fingers, and behold my fingers interlock with cogs, like cogs on a gear. I am part of his unbeholdable machine.
No, we need that. We need, as soon as he passes west to east, we need to have them both facing north, and then we can do this. It's going to take some time, this, but that's okay.
And he will be a wager of war, and he will be a shedder of sap, and he will be a spiller of blood.
It's just weird that I didn't get that remark when I play tested. But it's probably just the fact that I was extremely lucky.
Saplings did so unnatural trance that we feared at the forms, most unholy wrought, and did falter and take.
I need that closest guard to turn around. Come on. I don't need the other guard to turn around. I need you to turn around. Now he did, but now the other guard too did it. Okay, great.
Saplings did so unnatural trance that we feared at the forms, most unholy wrought, and did falter and take
There.
flight. He that has carrots did raise us up against them, that we, one and next, did raise us up to.
Just need to be lucky here. If we get halfway across the bridge,
Into position will thee, thy slave we feared. If someone is there, then show thy.
okay.
Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies. If someone is.
So we can walk a little bit faster for part of it. Oh. Wrong button, sorry.
If someone is there, then show thyself.
Okay, let's see.
What noise there?
So now that guy sees me.
If someone is there, then show thyself.
I don't understand how he can see me from way over there, facing north.
We feared of the forms, most unholy wrought, and did falter and take flight, till he that is Carus did raise us up against them.
Just have to be lucky here.
One and next did raise us up. Just a boiler.
Oh man.
And Carus said,
I saved and then right afterwards.
thanks to the builder, for he hath worn my hands with fingers. Come into the light.
So he turned around.
Come into the light.
He's not turned around yet, so as long as he doesn't turn around, we're good here.
Come into the light. Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies beyond the house of Carus.
Hope we're good now. Yes. Whew. If you get across the bridge, we're almost to the other side of the bridge, and he turns around, you should be fine if you stay as far north as possible. So that was going to be my ghost challenge for you guys. What I showed you right now, I thought I was going to be able to get up there with the vine arrow.
Come unto thee, and he will be a leader of men, and he will be a wager of war, and he will be a shedder of sap, and he will be a spiller of blood.
So now we are in the flooded old living quarters to the west. So Subaquatic Post 1, you can also see now. I think we heard a watcher from that on the carpet. So this is then a living quarter for the mechanists that have been flooded. So in here, you have a room with nothing really. Just a chair, but it's a place where you can draw your breath. And then in the next room, you have the new scripture of the Master Builder, which is floating, and you are reading it. To me, that sort of is a little immersion breaking, but... Anyway, the new scripture of the Master Builder, draft, page 16. Kara saw that a person, an animal, a plant, anything ill-born of nature, when consumed by the gaseous necrotic mutox, would dissolve into rust. Karis had observed this many times over and over again, for in it he felt the presence of truth. Whether released by a container or through the lips of a servant's mask, Karis would observe the action of the gas from a spot as close to the area of effect as he possibly could in safety. When the rust settled, Karis would zealously scrutinize the remains for meaning. So this event here is basically what Truart saw happen to one of the tramps that Karis brought in when we eavesdropped on their conversation in Mission 5. So I assume that's what Truart observed. And then it's important to see that it can be the rust gas or the necrotic mutox can be released through a servant's mask. So we know now that Karis has given servants to all the nobles, or the noble families. So there's probably some kind of plan here. And now Karis looked back upon these investigations, and he spoke aloud, saying, "O Master Builder, I have felt your will. I know that I have been chosen to bring your paradise to the world. I know that I must not fail, or your wrath shall consume me, and I shall lie forever in the forest you have saved for those who are unholy. Master Builder, my mind shall be sharp. My machines will not falter, and I will keep Karis from the risk of death. In your name I shall construct a protective chamber in Soulforge Cathedral. And there, where I cannot be harmed, Karis shall stay. I shall reconsider every element of my plan. If any are weak, Karis shall make them sound." I think this is the first time we're hearing Soulforge Cathedral. So that checked off finding and reading a passage from the new scripture. So we are going to go in here and draw our breath a little bit. You can go all the way to the end. Now we have to head back. Now that isn't too bad, actually, because you only need to go halfway across the bridge and then drop over the railing on the south side. But we still have to time some of these people. They have to be facing the way they're both facing now. And we also have to time that guy below, because he could see us.
For Karis' sake, is there some...
Oh man, he can see me.
Spiller of blood. If someone is there.
I think that guard below is going to be pretty bad timing now.
Come into the light so that loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies beyond the house of Karis. Come into the light so that I might...
Maybe not. I'm just checking if we have time here. Check. I think we have time if they're both facing north.
For Karis' sake.
So If one of them turns around, we can't have that. We just have to reload. This isn't as difficult as the last time, but it is pretty difficult still. If we get to the bridge without them turning around, I'm going to save. Do a little quick save there. So I think we have time here. No. The rest of the mission actually doesn't have anything like this. This is the most difficult part.
Come into the light.
They cannot avoid turning around there.
Someone is.
I'm strafing because that's quicker, but it doesn't make me more bright. And he has to turn around, man. I'm gonna do this without any first alerts, so that is...
Come into the light.
They're both turning around, aren't they? Oh, I want to go too quickly here because I know that time is of the essence, but...
Formed my hands with fingers, and behold, my fingers interlock like cogs on a gear.
Yeah, same thing here. Just a matter of being lucky. Now they both turned around, but one was in the wrong direction now. Sorry folks, it's the supreme ghosting if you want to avoid first alerts. It can be tedious at times. Okay, I'm gonna save it there.
Into position will thee thy plate.
Good here.
Matching A unto A and B unto B. What such that complete is thy. And behold, a man will come unto thee, and he will be a leader of men. And he will be a wager of war, and he will be a shedder of sap and...
Yeah. What we have to do, we have to mantle up on the railing so that we are fully onto the railing when we come up. Which means that we have to mantle it at an angle. Oh, I should not need to...
Is that the...
Oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, 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 now he turned around. I was about to save there, I can't do that. Cannot have him turn around.
A noise.
See, when I make that click, I can't do that.
Into position will thee thy plate, matching A unto A and B unto B. Into position will thee thy... For carrot. For carrot. And behold, man will come unto thee for carrot.
Why does he have to turn around there every single time? There we go. We got it. Whew. That was a lot of work. Man, but we got in and out of there without any first alerts from anybody there. Okay, the rest here is going to be much easier. Jump down here. Now next we're going to get a piece of loot that's a little bit difficult. Not too bad. I'm going to head behind here, so along the western wall. Here, so we're now above Subaquatic Post 1. Now, up on top of this wooden rafter here is a piece of loot. I don't think that we can... Can we use a vine arrow here? No, we can't because we're in water. We are dark here, so... There. Silver nugget, worth 50, total 776. No, 766. Let's see. They don't hear that. I just realized I forgot something here. Which I can actually do from below, so that doesn't matter too much. Let's go back to the pirate, the southern part of the pirate base. I can actually go up through a little hole here. Don't think anybody comes in here. In here we have 2 stacks of copper coins and then a coin pair on the table. Total 796. And in here is a readable too. Articles of the good ship Catherine's Folly, as set forth by Captain Dark William Markham. Every man shall obey civil command. The captain shall have 1 full share, and a half in all prizes. The master carpenter and boatswain shall have 1 share and quarter. If any man shall offer to run away or keep any secret from the company, he shall be marooned with 1 bottle of rum, 1 bottle of water, 1 cutlass. If any man shall steal anything in the company, or gamble to the value of a piece of gold, he shall be marooned or shot. If at any time we should meet another marooner, that is, pirate, that shall sign his articles without the consent of our company shall suffer such punishment as the captain and company shall think fit. That man shall strike another whilst these articles are in force, shall receive Ludman's law, that is 40 stripes lacking 1, on the bare back. That man that shall snap his arms or carry a candle lighted without a lanthorn shall suffer the same punishment as in the former article. That man shall not keep his blade clean, fit for an engagement, or neglect his business, shall be cut off from his share, and suffer such other punishment as the captain and the company shall think fit. If any man shall lose a joint in time of an engagement, he shall have 400 pieces of gold, if a limb 800. If at any time you meet with a prudent woman, that man that offers to meddle with her without her consent shall suffer present death. Interesting. That must be a readable from the old pirates. So the only way to get back down here, I believe, is this way. Yeah, that we can't have. I was hoping we would be able to... There we go. Now, we are good to go here. Go back over here. This is a pretty safe area to be in, right here. Something I'm going to show you.
Someone is, then show someone there.
Is in here, this is an empty room, a couple of drill bits here, but there are 3 mines on the shelf here if you want that. Now we're going to head back. No, not this way. We're going to head into Subaquatic Post A. No, 1. To do that, we're going to go in through a hatch on the bottom here, actually. There we go. Let's read this. Attention, subaquatic crewmen. Master Karras hath learned that the previous occupants of these caves left behind a most great quantity of wealth upon their departure. The local legend hath it that the leader of the pirates, Captain Markham, did hide a sea chest of treasure somewhere beneath the surface. The myth does also state that this bounty be kept in a structure like a sailing vessel. All subaquatic crewmen should consider themselves tasked to find this gold for the good of the Mechanist Order. Okay. So we're now in Subaquatic Post 1. There are 2 floors to this level, and there is also a flooded basement. Down here. So this flooded basement is very, very good for traveling. And in the first one should be a purse with 100, total 896. And if we travel to the other side here, there is a key here. And that key is Cargo Locker 5. That's actually going to be an objective later on. Since I'm here, I'm going to take it now. Okay, in here there's quite a lot. Nothing in this locker. 2 flares in this one. He turns around right outside here. Oh, I was not going to take the flash bomb. Are you kidding me? Just going to take the purse here. 2 flash bombs. Here is a breath potion. There we go. And over here there are 3 stacks of silver coins. And there's just a helmet here, but there's a readable. Walric, indeed Father Karras' plan proves yet more brilliant than I hath imagined. The Father does call it the Cetus Project, after the Cetus Amicus. The project itself, however, is in truth the grand meshing of several operations, like 2 gears joining their cogs. At the KD site, Cavador hath uncovered the ancient power used by our order to benefit all of humankind. I think this is the first time we're hearing about the KD site, right? Our vessel must needs transport those discoveries back here to Markham's Isle. Even the restoration of the Lighthouse was directed by Karras himself. When the Cetus Amicus returns from a journey to the KD site, the Lighthouse beacon is used to signal Karras and Angel Watch. Everything doth prove so machine-like, so perfect. Friend Loris. Okay, now we don't need to go in here. But I'm going to show you where this takes us. You can go across here.
Who treads there? 'Twas just a moss in my eyes, for now all's clear.
Takes you back to the main opening, the pressure doors.
Thou art cocked.
This is on this side, there's just an empty locker room. This is the watcher control, where you can turn off the watcher. Stationary guard there.
What shadow passed my view? In port! Spare thy weapon!
Let me show you here. This actually takes you back up to the pirate shanty. So this is where we were earlier. The only thing worthwhile noticing here
And the builder! In mine ears, rustling
are 3 moss arrows. They did not like me being there, so I'm gonna head out. So we can actually use the water flooded underground system again to head back. That's the best thing to do. We got all the loot, right? Yeah, 1032. So you can move from Subaquatic Post 1 over to the main pirate base up top, but the southern part of the pirate base is sealed separate. There. Now we are going to go back here. There. Here we're safe. Good. He was facing the good way. Not sure if we can go here. I think he turns around. We can. Okay. Head down here. We gotta be careful not being spotted here. So you can access the Cetus Amicus from underneath. Is he seeing us? I think maybe it is. I'm gonna head over here. I'm not gonna go on board the submarine just now. Yeah, here we are dark completely. Good. So we now went back to the cargo staging area and went out to the Cetus Amicus directly. That way you don't have to open either of the pressure doors here. But we have to now go to Subaquatic Post 2 from the north. So we are now using the walkways. Luckily it's completely dark underneath those. We can head over here. So we're going to head all the way down to Post 2 right now. There actually isn't anything that we need to pick up down there, but I'll show it to you. So that's south. here. So, let's see, let's head down first, actually. So we could have come up through that. I think that's what I was intending to do, really. Doesn't really matter. Here's a readable. Yeah. Captain, today we did run through that scurvy lighthouse keeper. We tried to reason with him, but whine he did like a crippled dog. Talk he did of his fair miss, who be scheduled to return to the cove. When she arrives, I be sure to turn her over to you. We also know of some loot he did hide. We be keeping you informed. Ye should also know that the crew wishes to rename the cove after you. 'Tis a proud day indeed for the Brotherhood of the Sea, Thomas. Cool. A little bit of backstory there. So over here is then the main entrance that you can take the pressure doors. You can open that here from the inside too. Stationary mechanist here, and over here you have 4 flares and 3 flash bombs, I believe. Yep.
And behold,
here's a readable, and here's a plaque saying, "In time of peril breaketh glass." So here's a healing potion and a breath potion. You have to break the glass to take those, so that you can't take for any ghost mode. Scroll. Friend Erlin, thou art hereby tasked with retrieving Father Kers's belongings from the flooded living quarter near Subaquatic Outpost 1. Of prime importance is his work in progress, the new scripture of the Master Builder. Retrieve it at once, and the Builder will surely bless thee. Heresy. So that's a hint of where that scripture is. That's why it's an inventory item. There. That's pretty much all there is in this outpost. There's no loot here, which is kind of weird. Up here, you have a water arrow and a fire arrow. And in here, oh, not in here, but in the next door, we get a first alert.
What dragonfly flits about?
So we can't go in there for Supreme. So here you can find the keys for the other cargo lockers 1 through 4, but not number 5. So that is the one that will become the objective to find, and we already have. So we're going to head east, no, north now, yeah. And then up to... No, we're in the old pirate shanty now. We went through the hallway down to the Subaquatic outpost. So we're going to head all the way north to the last cave that we haven't been in, which is in the northwest here. Let's see. Hope we can make this. I think we can. No, we can't. A little quicker here. Alright, we'll have to surface. And then go. So this is the main cargo storage, I think it's called. Main cargo storage, yeah. And here we're going to end up taking a few busts, actually. We need his key to unlock this door. And in here, we have a rust gas container, which will become another objective to take. I think this one just has a big noisy mace in it. And these two are pickable. And they have loot. Now, if it was just this loot, then I would skip this place, because you can't return the key. So in here you have a stack of gold coins worth 125 and a statue worth 75. But that rust gas container is an objective. It's mandatory. So when we close the door, or when we lock it, rather...
For Karis' sake, is there someone there?
He will give the first alert. That's another Supreme Bust, unfortunately. You can, of course, not lock the door. So which Supreme Bust you choose to take is up to you, and you can't return the key. Guess you could drop it in the water. Because it would be logical that he, you know, just dropped it. Should we do that? I guess we'll do that. He's standing right here, so it's logical that he dropped it down here. Like that. I don't know. It's a bust nonetheless, but at least we're returning the key in a place that is logical, but it should be returned to his feet. So we have the 2 objectives that we haven't triggered yet, so that's a little bit backwards to do those now, but it just fits better for the playthrough. And now all we have to do is enter the Cetus Amicus. There is a patroller on board. Now this is a tough location. You can go in through the bottom, but I want to go in through this pressure door just to show you this possible. There's the guard that walks by here. There's the Iron Beast that comes out here. There's a patroller here, and there's a patroller on the sub. Definitely have to wait for the Iron Beast now. So we really only have the sub left now and we're done. This went smoother than I thought. I think that was the guard inside. Watch for this patroller here and then time him. Okay, the outside patroller can easily see us through these windows. So we have to wait a little bit for him, and then we have to head downstairs. Perfect. He just left. So now we are on board the Cetus Amicus. Let's make a real save here. In here. Purse. Think there's anything in there, but we'll hide. Quickly. 2 bottles of wine, 2 gold goblets, 4 apples. Cheese, loaf, deer leg. Should be a gold vase somewhere around here too. But let's read this first. Captain's log, Cetus Amicus, entry 1. Today was indeed a fine day, for Karis was on hand for the commissioning of this, the finest of vessels, the Cetus Amicus. In all my years as captain of sea-going craft, I never sailed a ship so sleek or strong. So they call it a ship here. So a submarine, I guess, is an ocean vessel. Is it a submarine? It certainly looks like one. But I'm not sure if they use the word submarine anywhere in the readables. So... doesn't matter. Verily, the Cetus Amicus mocks those wave-bound barges. To glide below the flotsam and jetsam, to stand safely in the womb of the steel shark as she cuts through the briny deep. Never again shall there be a vessel as fine as this. Yeah, so obviously it's a submarine. Entry 26. Damn that Fretus. He has failed miserably in his duties as cargo master, and will be disciplined forthwith. to lose the only key to Cargo Locker 5? He claims he passed it to Senwith while in Subaquatic Outpost 1, so that's a hint. But the key has since disappeared. I fear it may have slipped beneath the flooring into the bilge water. Until one of the men can locate the key, Cargo Locker 5 remains sealed. Entry 30, fish again. If only mutton would keep on our voyages. 31. Today we set course once again for the KD site, bringing Cavador back to continue his excavation. He wouldn't go into details, but apparently he's uncovered some new artifact that Karis is very excited about. This may be the last voyage we make in quite some time, as Cavador has been ordered to remain at the site indefinitely. Entry 39. The crew is prepared for yet another voyage to the KD site, this time to drop off special cargo for Cavador. He's ready to excavate another zone, and as per standard mechanist procedure, needs to cleanse the area with rust gas to prevent the growth of any flora. I must admit, however, that I have grown tired of these mundane cargo runs. I feel the time has come to refit the Cetus Amicus as a ship of war, and venture beyond the confines of established routes. I shall propose this change to my superiors upon my return from the KD site. So the KD stands for Kareth Din, which is short for the precursor's name for the city, the lost city. So that's obviously where we're going in Kidnap. So we now got a couple of changes. So Kidnap Cavador has been crossed out, removed. We have checked off reading the captain's log. We have gotten steal a sample of the rust gas to bring back to Victoria. That we did. Find the missing key to Cargo Locker 5. That we did. And when you've done everything else, stow away in the Cetus Amicus and Cargo Locker 5. It's time to hitch a ride and see what Cavador is up to. Basically, the only thing we have left to do is that. Did I miss? There is a vase. I'm not 100% sure where that is. In here, there are 2 water arrows. We'll wait for him to come back, I think.
Cease thy flutterings and show thyself.
Here it is. Okay. No, what am I doing? For some reason, I thought that vase was over by the dining room. I'm not sure why. This isn't a light switch. This opens this one here with 2 flares, but behind this crate, there is a statue. I think worth 15. And then a vase. 1597, that's max for Supreme. So the statue, yeah, was worth 15, and the vase 100.
Thou art new to the movement, friend.
Is the truth. Time passed, I served the hammer, but my heart could no longer bear to see such hard times befall them, and such little spirit to carry on left. And 'tis clear to see that it profits little to be a hammer in these times.
Aye, many hath come in such a wise. 'Tis not a hard task to see that we are the future.
Thou wert not with the Order of the Hammer before?
Nay, those brothers were always too stern and righteous for my choice, and they turned their faces away from our Lord Karis when he spoke of progress. When I heard of the great works he had made since he left them, I came.
As a hammer, I was oft forced to withstand the silent scorn of the masses. But the garb of a mechanist carries much prestige with it.
Okay. Interesting conversation.
Soft. 'Twas a noise I heard.
So this is, I guess, the bridge. Would you call it the bridge in a submarine? I'm not sure. You don't need to go in there, and all the buttons are not operable. It's a cool place to see nonetheless. So here you have the cargo lockers. 1, 2, and 3. We don't have the keys for those. And here you have 4 and 5. And here's a logbook. Cetus Amicus Cargo Manifest. Main hold, supplies for KD site. Cargo locker 1, weaponry. So in that you have 2 flash bombs, 2 mines, and a gas mine. Cargo locker 2, potions. You have a breath potion and a speed potion, and a healing potion. Cargo locker 3, rust gas, if moved from main cargo storage, but it has not. And that's probably linking it to the other readable where it says they were tired of all these cargo runs. Somebody's put that off, that's why we were able to find it in the main cargo storage. Cargo locker 4, scouting orbs, there are 2. And then cargo locker 5, miscellaneous equipment, that's where we are gonna stow away. In here is the furnace room, or the boiler room. Nothing is operable, but here you have the hatch that you can take to go in to this level. I guess that would be the more logical place to go in. Now, the cargo locker 5 cannot be dropped back. I actually think that in Old Ark or pre-T-Fix, it could be dropped. However, the objective got unchecked if you did, so you couldn't return it. So there's no need for us to go back and return it. All right.
Tight fit. I hope it's a short ride.
All right, awesome. That was a successful ghost run of precious cargo. We did bust Supreme actually quite a few times if you're picky. So let's go through the stats first. Total time 1 hour, 3 minutes, 12 seconds. Found 1597 loot out of 1627. We skipped 1 purse worth 30 that you can only take through a window, but I guess technically that is a engine exploit. Because the window is solid, it can't be opened in any way. Pockets picked 3 out of 4. Locks picked 2. Backstabs 0. Knockout 0. No damage dealt, taken, or healing taken. Nothing and nobody killed. No Iron Beast destroyed or disabled, and we found the only secret that was there. Campaign totals, time so far 17 hours, 38 minutes, 7 seconds. Loot so far 19,421, and total damage dealt 8, received 0. So we busted Supreme in this mission. First, we didn't return the cold storage shed key exactly to the same location. We did return it, though, in a place where he would have had to have gone to get to where he was, but that is bending the rules a little bit. So I will count that as a bust, but give me your feedback on whether you think that should be a bust or not. Then we triggered the trap, the falling boulder trap, as we found Markham's pirate ship. And that is that works now with T-Fix, so that is a bust. But I don't think that is working in the original version. So my segmented run will probably not show that or not have that as a bust. And then we also placed a boulder to make sure that Markham's ghost twisted a little bit so that we were able to get out of there. We took a first alert though, and that boulder placement is an engine exploit, so that's more Supreme busts right there. So I guess we're up to 4 now. Then we did take a first alert when we relocked the door to the main cargo station, or main cargo storage. And we also didn't return the key. We did, but it was to the water below and not right at his feet. So those are 2 more busts. So I guess 6 in total for this mission. So this is not one that even remotely can be Supreme Ghosted, but it's fun. It can be Perfect Thieved, obviously, if I had taken that 1 piece of loot. So yeah, I really like this mission. I really do. I will give it an 82%. So a B-. And that's above average, well above average for this game for me. I think the average score ends up being like in the high 70s. And I really like it because of its atmosphere. I like the fog, the rain, the underground claustrophobic cave system with water. It's very difficult in some areas, which is nice. I think that increases replayability. It's just very different. from any of the other missions in this campaign, and I don't think I've seen many fan missions that look like this at all. So if you guys have any good fan missions that you that remind you of this one, then please let me know, because I might want to check that out. It's very non-linear as well. Once you get down to the underground, you can take different routes around into the different buildings and into the outposts. That's cool. Above ground, though, it is a little bit linear to get up to the house and then get down to the station. But once you're underground, it's a little bit better. So cons, I mean, some people might see the claustrophobia actually as a con, because many of the better missions are open, very open-ended, open city missions, for example. This is completely opposite of that. So this reminds me of Cragscleft in that regard. And I love Cragscleft. I like the tight, intimidating confines of the prisons there, and same thing here in the caves. And then, like I said, it is linear in some parts in the beginning of the mission. So that might be some cons there too. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this one. I really like it. So we have 4 missions left of this campaign, and we've got 4 missions left, right, of T2X. So we're getting close to the end of these 2 campaigns. So I'm really hoping that I can finish these with the same speed and frequency as I have done recently. So yeah, until next time, I will see you around, and stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.